Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. New record-setting chilly temperatures for portions of the central, southern, and eastern states continue. The dry and breezy conditions raise the concern for fires that could spread along quickly in the Gulf Coast states. Strong onshore flow increases the risk of rip currents in high surfer areas south and southeast. An atmospheric river event is expected for the Pacific Northwest. Closer to home, sunny skies by day, clear skies at night, temperatures continuing to bounce back to normal. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. This coming Saturday is the Day of Hope, offering a second chance job fair, pro bono legal assistance, and a whole lot more, happening along the 1100 block of New York Avenue from 10 until 2. If you have any questions, call 575-921-1667. The Tularosa National Honor Society Food Drive is happening now through November 10th. Please drop off any non-perishable and unexpired foods at the Tularosa High School office. All donations are highly appreciated. The Village of Tularosa Senior Center Arts and Crafts Fair is happening at the Senior Center on November 7th and 8th. That's from 10 until 2. For more information, call 575-585-4532 or visit 35 Radio Road in Tularosa. Tularosa Municipal Schools is asking if anyone is interested in volunteering to help make fry bread for the high school students on November 17th from 9 until 11. Please contact Ashley or Kelly. That phone number is 575-585-8866. The Alamogordo Community Yard Sale is coming up on December 2nd. I spoke with Yolanda Hingle. She's the coordinator for this event.
What's going on is it's an opportunity for everyone to clean out their closets, clean out their garages, and share some of those treasures that they have hidden and make some money for the holidays and share their joy with their neighbors.
Saturday, December 2nd from 9 until 2 at the Elks Lodge. Yolanda, how does someone learn more about this?
Well, they need to call me or text me at 602-695-0611, 602-695-0611, and I will get in touch with them. I will leave them. I will create a list of who's registered, and we go from there.
You can hear that interview in its entirety on the Crazy Radio YouTube channel. The city of Alamogordo has adopted new ordinances that pertain to weeds. I spoke with Code Enforcement Manager Josh Sides.
So we went through and redefined what weeds were. We added a bunch more weeds which come off of the noxious weeds list from the New Mexico State University Department of Agriculture. And they're the foregoing experts on noxious weeds for the state of New Mexico. We defined about 55 of them. That list is over 200 weeds long.
Sides also told me that the hours of operation for the Code Enforcement Office have expanded to 7:30 to 6:30 Monday to Friday in order to become more accessible to the public. The office does close at noon for the lunch hour. The Alamogordo Family Recreation Center is excited to announce that online and in-person registration for the Turkey Week holiday camps happening November 20th through the 22nd from 7:45 a.m. until 5:45 p.m. I spoke with Recreation Coordinator Alan Topp.
We play in the gym, various games like dodgeball or basketball or whatever the kids are interested in at that time. We've got board games and art projects that we'll do with the kids in between, playing on playgrounds. Taking them out to the soccer field. We'll even try to sneak in field trips to the zoo, things of that nature as well.
Registration continues until classes are full. Registration fee of $60 is due at the time of registration. If you have any questions regarding Turkey Week or registration, please contact the Rec Center, 575-439-4142. Well, today is Thursday. Time now for an inspirational moment. We go now to Pastor Lauren Noble.
Good morning, 95.1 listeners. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday morning thought. It has been on my mind about the Israel and Gaza conflict. And really, people on neither side want the war. And innocent people are suffering, and innocent people are dying on both sides, both in Gaza and in Israel. And it's, as most things, the only ones that want the war is the government. But there are several things to consider about the conflict. One is that God loves Palestine as much as he loves Israel. The very nature of God is to love people, and it extends to all people. The other thing to consider is that It may not be the end of the world, as people tend to jump to that conclusion anytime that there is a conflict, because the book of the Revelation is there for us to offer us hope, not to try to figure out and determine when the world might end, because it may be a long time off and it may be tomorrow. But either way, we need to remember the conflict in our prayers, and let me say a prayer for us. Lord, I do pray for the innocent people suffering on both sides of that, because the people in Gaza certainly don't want this, and innocent are being hurt as in Israel. And hopefully there will be a peaceful resolution to it soon, that they can work through it, but we will see how that pans out. But help us to remember them in our prayers and to not jump to conclusions that it's the end of the world. Amen. Until we meet up again, either in person or in the airwaves, which likely it will be the airwaves, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
AlamogordoTownNews.com is a locally owned website featuring local news matters from a local perspective that affects you, and we bring it to you directly. Plus, local sports, cultural arts, and events. Online, AlamogordoTownNews.com. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
The Carlsbad mother who was found guilty of letting her 12-year-old son take fentanyl, which led to his death, was sentenced yesterday afternoon. Alexis Smith was arrested back in September of 2021 after her son, Brent Sullivan, overdosed at his mother's home. Yesterday, she heard a statement from the boy's father read in court, which highlighted her drug addiction.
And that is all that mattered to Lexi from 2019 through 2021. So much so that the precious life she brought into this world, she let slip away. The lack of concern she had after knowing Brent was using her drugs is truly disheartening.
That was read by Samantha Dewar, a victim advocate. Police were called to the home of Kelly Smith, that's Alexis Smith's mother, after her 12-year-old son, Brent Sullivan, was found unresponsive in a shed. During the trial, it was discovered that both Alexis and Kelly Smith were selling fentanyl, and the young boy had been taken from their stash for at least a year. In that time, the child overdosed 3 times before the deadly overdose, and neither his mother nor grandmother had ever taken him to the hospital for treatment. They simply administered Narcan to revive him. Alexis Smith's cousin, Mary Pope, spoke to the court, stating that she made her choice and should be punished accordingly, not only for justice for Brent, but for Smith herself.
We all have opportunity to make choices in our lives. Sometimes we make choices that come with horrible, horrible consequences. And that's the case in this situation, because Brent's life cannot be returned here.
Alexis Smith was convicted of child abuse and intentional child abuse, resulting in death back in September. Yesterday, Judge Lisa Riley sentenced her to 14 years. Brent's grandmother, Kelly Smith, has also been charged with child abuse and intentional child abuse resulting in death. She's scheduled to begin her trial on Monday. The Las Cruces Police Department arrested 29-year-old Dakota Strausser on multiple charges on October 29th. According to records, Strausser has been charged with capital attempted murder in the second degree, kidnapping, false imprisonment, aggravated battery against a household member causing great bodily harm, failure to appear, and court commitment. Officers arrested Strausser and booked him into the Donna Ana County Detention Center. He made his first appearance in court on Tuesday, and as of yesterday, he's still in custody. A New Mexico congressman is challenging Texas Governor Greg Abbott's decision to put up a border fence between the two states, Texas and New Mexico. It's been about 2 weeks since the Texas National Guard installed 18 miles of razor wire along the Texas-New Mexico border. The order came directly from Governor Abbott, who claims that illegal migrants are crossing into New Mexico and then go to El Paso. Vasquez argues that there are different ways to approach this issue at the border.
The governor's actions are insulting to New Mexicans. Putting up concertina wire between two states in the United States is first unconstitutional. Second, it's disrespectful to the community here at Sullen Park.
Vasquez has just introduced a package of bipartisan bills, which includes creating a pathway for migrant workers to gain permanent residency, protecting migrant women and children who are victims of sexual assault or human trafficking, and adding new technology at the border. to be sure that detention centers are humane and supplying work visas to aid the farming workforce shortage. Sounds like amnesty to a certain extent, does it not?
I am asking for more Customs and Border Protection agents, which there's a difference between Border Patrol agents, right? These are the folks that are working at our ports, operating our customs process. So our bill addresses that. It asks for more agents to be able to actually come up with the support for hiring and actually make that hiring process a little bit easier.
A border barrier between nations is not uncommon worldwide and serves a valid purpose in the eyes of many, while others say they should not exist. Now, we can debate these topics, but no self-respecting Democrat would ever advocate for a border barrier or stopping illegal migration, correct?
Unlike most Democrats, some of you won't like it. I voted for 700-mile fence. But let me tell you, we can build a fence 40 stories high unless it changes the dynamic in Mexico. And you will not like this. And punish American employers who knowingly violate the law when, in fact, they hire illegals. Unless you do those two things, all the rest is window dressing.
The name of that radical right-winger we just heard? Senator Joe Biden. The same man who's building a wall as we speak. The Justice Department announced that they awarded 17 grants totaling $10.5 million to 2 tribal governments and 15 organizations in the District of New Mexico for domestic violence prevention. Data from the most recent National Inmate Partner and Sexual Violence Survey indicates that about 41% of women and 26% of men experience contact sexual violence, physical violence, and or stalking by an intimate partner, and report an intimate partner violence-related impact during their lifetime. Domestic violence rates are even higher for American Indian and Alaska Native populations, as well as black individuals, people of color, people with disabilities, and the LGBTQI+ individuals. The grants were made possible under the Violence Against Women Act and the Victims of Crime Act. Organizations interested in applying for these and other grants are encouraged to visit the OVW and the OVC websites for more details and application guidelines. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
Alamogordo Lady Tiger basketball tryouts are happening Monday, November 20th and Tuesday, November 21st from 7 until 9 a.m. at the Alamogordo High School Tiger Pit. Make sure you've completed your physical and it is correctly uploaded to Healthy Roster before attending these tryouts. If you have any questions, contact Coach Vela at the Alamogordo High School with any questions. There are 49 matches for New Mexico volleyball today. Some of those games include Hondo at Mountain Air, Santa Rosa at Pecos, Lordsburg at Mescalero, Capitan at Cloudcroft, Floyd at Lake Arthur, Socorro at Cobre, Redoso at New Mexico Military Institute, Hot Springs at Hatch, and Alamogordo heads to Mayfield. Go Lady Tigers! There are 18 games scheduled for New Mexico football on Friday. Some of those include Belen at Deming, Clayton at Mesilla Valley Christian, Los Lunas at Las Cruces, Gateway Christian at Mountain Air, Grady at Roy Mascaro, and Tularosa heads to Jal. Wow! Go Wildcats! We spoke with head coach Mike Filicetti.
Our kids are pretty confident. I don't know. I don't want to sound like arrogant or something, but we're kind of pleased with this matchup, and our kids are actually looking forward to this game. And
you can hear that interview in its entirety on the Crazy Radio YouTube channel. Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 67. Low tonight of 43, high tomorrow, 72 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 51. Low tonight of 32, high tomorrow, 55 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. We've also launched the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, and it features our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.